Good afternoon. My name is Christopher Daniels, and this is 5-Minute Ministry Monday. Just your weekly dose of irreverent humor where I take a topic or theme and construct a 5-minute sermon about it. Now, when I posted this about Facebook that I would be doing this, I received so many amazing themes and topics that I cannot wait to delve into. But for this first one, I thought I would talk about something that just happened to me that hits really close to home in a sermon I call Look Where You're Going and Go Where You're Looking. # Mind Your Step. Now, in order to keep me on track and honest, I have a very sophisticated timing system here with 5 minutes on the clock, and when my 5 minutes is done, it's going to beep irrationally and annoyingly at me. So, Godspeed. At my high school graduation, my keynote speaker delivered this line, "Look where you're going and go where you're looking." Now, at the time, because I was an obstinate teenager who thought he knew more than anybody else, I just looked around and went, yeah, duh. But years later, God, in his infinite sense of humor, has brought this little gem of wisdom back into my life when I tripped over my own 2 feet and fell down 2 steps. Not 2 flights of stairs, 2 steps. Swan Lake diving my way into a sprained ankle. Thankfully, there was nobody else around except for my neighbor's cat that just leered at me with his judgmental eyes. Now, the worst part of any injury, besides the possible medical expenses and recovery and physical therapy and medications, is the question, what happened? What did you do? Because I had to answer quite candidly to everybody who asked me that question. I tripped over my own feet. People were trying to make me feel better by asking a follow-up question like, oh, were you avoiding something? Was it icy? Were you doing this really complicated dance routine to an iconic 90s pop music video? No. I just was not paying attention, and I tripped over my own feet. See, I was getting ready for an event, and I was all ready to go, but I could not find my business cards for the life of me, and I thought I knew where I put my business cards, but apparently I was wrong, and so I created this frenzy, and I was aggressively speed walking in not really sensible shoes, up and down and up and down and up and down, and I was coming down these stairs, and I pulled open my wallet, and I was looking down for the 4th time, because apparently the other 3 times that I checked my wallet weren't good enough, that I thought the 4th time I might find something, and I tripped and fell. Look where you're going and go where you're looking. Mindfulness is such an important practice, especially now. It's gaining such prominence as being an essential discipline to our overall health, happiness, and well-being. But what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is about being in the present moment. Think about how much energy we spend on living in the past or careening too far forward into the future on circumstances that are unknown. And I am preaching to my own choir because I currently have a bag of frozen Brussels sprouts strapped to my ankle because my foot is about to explode. Mindfulness is about being in the present moment without the need to change it, without the need to create a story, and without the need to be somewhere else. Listen, I could have taken a breath and centered myself. I didn't do that. I could have called upon my angels, my guides, my spiritual ancestors. I could have called on everybody to help me find my business cards, but I didn't do that. I could have sat down exactly where I was and allowed my mind to decipher the Da Vinci-like code to determine where my business cards were, but I didn't. Instead, I created a frenzy in a stressful environment, and I fed into it. And on top of that, I began to beat myself up. I began to beat myself up for being unorganized or really curious. Why couldn't you have done this the night before? You had to wait until the last minute to absolutely do it. And how much energy I could have used had I just let that all go and asked myself, Do I really need this? Is this really important? What's more important, be on time or have my business cards? Well, the universe answered that question for me because I done busted my foot and I was both late and didn't have my business cards. And guess what? Everything was fine. So hashtag mind your step. Be here now. Pay attention to what it is that you're doing. If you're complaining, you're in the past. If you're wishing, you're in the future. And it's not about ignoring, or it's not about seeing things as they are. In fact, it's about radically accepting the way that things are so that you can more accurately assess what it is that you need to do. It's not about wishing that you were somewhere else. It's about embracing and leaning into the current circumstances, or as my mentor and friend and person that I look up to, Kyle C, says, I love it, and I do. God bless, ladies and gentlemen, and amen. Now, if you would like to see a full-length sermon, Alchemist Theater has a brand new show this Wednesday, January 31st at Center for Spiritual Living, 7:30 p.m. The theme is fear. Ooh. And you want to make sure that you grab your tickets in advance. You do not want to miss this show. Ooh, I got 3 seconds. Look at that.